Okay, I have a Compass Judge 1 here. Just get a look of it here. There's the side. Same on the other side. Headphone jack in the back. There's a coil, 7-inch coil. This one has the red button, retune button on it. No meter, just a speaker. You got your manual auto switch, tuning knob, your standard or disc switch, discrimination, bottle cap reject, 0 or 1 through 10, battery check light, and power on and off switch there. Set the camera up and we'll turn it on. I'll show you the battery compartment and then we'll go through a couple targets on an air test. Okay, let's open it up. I'll show you the inside so I can show you the battery compartment. This don't have a battery door. Just got the 2 screws, one in the back, one in the front. You just undo those. And if anybody has a manual out there for this Compass Judge 1, which I know it exists because I've seen a photo of it, leave me a comment down in the description, I guess. It'd be nice just to have somebody photocopy it, take a picture of it, and then upload it somewhere on the internet so I could at least read it. So I believe this detector runs off 8 AA's. It came with a 9-volt and it didn't run properly. The threshold was coming in and out real quick and the battery light was dim, but so I figure this thing runs off 1 pack of 8 AA's and it's working perfectly now, and the battery check light is nice and bright. I'll show you that. But and I believe it slides in just like that. You know, if you have one of these, don't try to put it in this way, because then you'll split that plastic housing. This way it just drops in nice and easy, and it's got that foam separator to protect the circuit board from the battery banging into it. There it is, the inside of it. But I really would like to see an original manual for this particular Judge 1, just so I can verify that it is 8 AA's that it runs off of. Let's plug it back in. I read somewhere online that the original Judge 1 didn't have a retune button on the handle, but it just had no button at all. I haven't seen any evidence of that machine, so but I'll take their word for it for now, and we'll call this a 2nd edition Judge 1. I've seen the 3rd edition Judge 1 where it has the battery door, and I think it actually takes 12 AA's. But this one only has the one 9-volt connector, which everybody thinks runs off a 9-volt. But I found, collecting the few compasses I have, I found that in most cases the old machines don't run off 9-volt batteries. They're mostly packs of AA's, different configurations. Alright, let's just turn it on, show you what it sounds like. I'll show you the battery check and all that. That's off. There's battery check. Let's see if the camera picks it up. Right there. Let me turn the light off here so you can see it better. With the 9-volt, that barely was dim. I had to like shut the lights off in the room just to see it, so I knew something wasn't right. And with the way the battery compartment is designed inside of it, the 9-volt was flopping around when you swing the detector, and I thought, well, Compass wouldn't design it that way. It just didn't make sense, but that AA battery pack fits nicely in there, so I'm pretty sure 8 AA's is what this was supposed to run off of. So let's turn it on. Okay, to scrim off, here's what it sounds like. So I'll set up a little depth test and show you the depth of this thing, and we'll go through a little bit, a couple targets on the discrimination. Okay, this is standard, no discrimination. First up, wheat penny. 6 inches. 7. Between 7 and 8, I start losing it. I can hear the speaker. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well, but a nickel. Between 7.5 and 8, I can still hear the speaker. Silver quarter. It's about 8 right there. Let's try a gold ring. 11 gram gold ring, 14 karat. About 9.5. Here's an iron. To scrim off, this thing still doesn't like iron. And one more Tootsie Toy. Large Tootsie Toy. It's 15 right there. Kind of hearing the threshold break. All right, let's turn the scrim on. Now, this thing likes to scrim iron very well, but anything else, like pull tabs and gold rings, you have to crank that discrimination pretty much all the way up to get it to reject those. So this is 100% discrim on 10. Here's the silver quarter. The depth gets cut, but it still detects the silver. Here's the gold ring. Cutting out. Nickel. Same thing. Pull tab. Same thing. Back to the scrim off just a little bit. It's at 7. And it will still let the gold in. Pretty good. But the iron... So I think these old compasses, because my Judge 2 is kind of the same way with discrimination. It discriminates iron very well, but when it comes to pull tabs, nickels, and gold rings, you kind of have to crank the discrimination up almost all the way to get it to knock them out. Okay, so there it is. I don't think I mentioned that. I might have mentioned it. It had a bottle cap reject right there on the discrimination knob, so there's the layout of it. I'll try to get out with it in the yard or take it out on a real hunt eventually. Yeah, there it is, Compass Judge 1, probably 1976, 77 or so. All right.